You want to know how good America is? Let me point out this one paragraph. Let me just read this guy's to you, all right? President Richard Broadhead met with demonstrators inside the building that houses his office and those of other top administrators. 9 students have camped in a waiting area outside Broadhead's office at the school's main administrative building since Friday afternoon. You want to know what's striking about that paragraph? It brings me hope. The guy's name, the president of Duke, his name is Richard Broadhead. His name is literally Dick Broadhead. If you can become president of Duke University with a fucking name like Dick Broadhead, you can do anything, America. Black, white, Asian, doesn't fucking matter. Dick Broadhead did it. Why can't you lazy asshole? Student sit-in protest continues at Duke University. So here's one that I've no doubt a lot of you guys have heard about recently, which are the student protests, not just at Duke, but actually across many different American universities where various demands are being made. One of the most popular ones is for a higher minimum wage. Now, $15 for some reason seems to be a number that a lot of different places have kind of focused in on. And I just want to go through this article fast because I think it's indicative of a lot of different problems with my generation, with millennials. A student protest at Duke University continued to grow Sunday, despite warnings that the group could face charges and academic sanctions for their actions. Remember that little part. It's going to continue a little bit on further down. Let's keep reading. Duke University's president met Sunday afternoon with protesters in their second day occupying his office's waiting room to demand the firing of 3 administrators and a $15 minimum wage for all campus. All right, they want 3 administrators fired. Now, their article only talks about the particular circumstances of why they want 1 person fired. The other 2 is anyone's guess. But if I have to assume, I'm going to bet 1, that the other 2 people are white, and 2, it involves something about them saying or doing something seemingly racist. I don't know what they think, because it talks about a little bit later on, by the way, the minimum wage for workers at Duke is $12 an hour, which is $4.50 above the $7.50 minimum for their state. I guess they think that's just a number people have pulled out of their ass. $12 is incredible. Duke President Richard Broadhead met with demonstrators inside the building that houses his office and those of other top administrators. 9 students have camped in a waiting area outside Broadhead's office at the school's main administrative building since Friday afternoon. So they've been there for a few days, just waiting for the demands to be met. 9 students sitting in a room waiting. What is this? They think that if they just sit there and wait long enough, the demands are going to be met. Why do these administrative staff freak out about stuff like this? Like, we gotta do something. Just let them sit there. Let them sit there. They're gonna leave eventually. They need is to bring around waivers saying like, hey, free for you to sit here. Sign this waiver, by the way. It means you can't sue us for dehydration or whatever the hell you go through for sitting on your lazy ass here. By the way, when I was in college, I couldn't sit on my ass for 2 days without studying or doing. Where the hell do these kids find all the time to protest? It's not the engineering students. They don't fucking have time to protest. It's not the engineering or the mathematics or the biology students or the pre-med students or the pre-law students. By the way, none of them have time to fucking go around protesting like this. There's too much work that's got to be done in actual fucking majors. No offense out there to anyone who hasn't majored in one of those majors, but the brethren of your majors are fucking assholes. University officials initially told the students they could face criminal trespassing charges, academic sanctions, or both if they did not leave Sunday, University spokesman Michael Schoenfeld said. On Friday, 9 students entered the second-floor lobby of the Allen building and refused to leave until the university met a list of demands regarding various issues at Duke, said a statement from Schoenfeld. Hope I'm saying his name right. It's kind of an awkward name. These 9 students were permitted to stay in the building, which is currently closed. The university has provided information related to the demands, and Duke officials have met with the students several times in the past 2 days. We continue to be in conversation with our students about their concerns and the welfare of Duke students and the United States of America. Yeah, that's about the least marginalized group on the face of the planet. They're at an extremely good school in a prosperous country, talking about a minimum wage at a university which is above the state minimum wage by $4.50. They've got no problems. It's funny how they started on the weekend, by the way. How long have they been in there? Over the past 2 days. It's a Sunday. They started on a Friday. What lazy assholes. Start on a Monday when people are actually there and you're in their way. But no, it's the weekend. No one's going to be there. We can do it after we go out Friday night. What a couple of assholes. All right. The sit-in students want amnesty from criminal or academic repercussions, said their spokeswoman. All right, so that I love that part. I love it so much. So they don't have the strength of their conviction. All right, they want to do something that's jarring. Oh yeah, we're rad, we're badass, man. We're gonna go in there and we're gonna sit and we're gonna force them to listen to us. Oh, by the way, we don't want any kind of negative repercussions from our actions. Yeah, you know that like shit that happened in the civil rights era, what we're trying to compare ourselves to. You know, when innocent black people were peacefully protesting and had like water hoses and dogs sicked on them and shit like that. Yeah, we don't want nothing like that. We want to compare ourselves to those protesters, but we don't want to actually take any risks. I hate these people so goddamn much. Students said they were prepared to stay inside the Allen building for as long as necessary. Instead, administrators planned on coming inside for another meeting with protesters Sunday night. Students said each time they face administrators, their answers are the same. Administrators of Duke or of any university, please stop giving in to these goddamn demands. They imagine themselves as these revolutionary people who are like, yeah, we got demand. They don't realize what they're coming off like as a 2-year-old. As if a 2-year-old was sitting in the kitchen and was yelling at his parents like, I'm not going to leave this high-top chair until every meal has ice cream with it. I'm not going to eat until then. And they're like, okay, son, you really can't eat only ice cream, okay? You don't understand. Your body needs other requirements. Ice cream, I demand! It's the same way with these people. We want at least a minimum of $15 wage. Well, you don't understand. We have budget concerns. $12 well above the minimum. We have to actually pay these workers, which is determined. No, $15! Okay, why $15? Why did you come to that? Because it sounded nice! The administrators that protesters want fired include one top executive involved in a dispute with a parking attendant 2 years ago. A lawsuit filed last month by the contract traffic control officer accuses Duke Executive Vice President Talman Trask III of using a racial slur against her. Trask has said parking attendant Sylvia Underwood refused to let him park in his usual spot and stepped in front of his car. He denied making any racial comment. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm betting that man was white. And he has a number as part of his name. Talman Trask III. That's basically the widest name it's possible to have. There's 2 T's and a 3. Who else has a T in his name? Trump does. That guy's a racist. Administrators of these colleges need to realize, listen, these students, much like myself, have the attention of goldfish, all right? You just ignore it. So, oh, yeah, okay, important. You guys just sit here, okay? Just ignore it for like 6 days, and it all goes away. It always does. They give up. They go somewhere else. There's something new that's going on. They'll toss all these concerns aside, and they will give up. Not because they've become disenchanted with their strike. They don't give enough time to become disenchanted from it. They don't have an attention span. They have no conviction. They'll give up. Just don't give in to them. All right, long story short, just please, everybody at your school, if this is happening at your university or wherever, just pull the administrators aside. Just like, hey, listen. Please don't give in to these people. Just keep at it. Give it a little bit, and it'll be over. Stop giving in to the demands. There's a reason. The United States does not negotiate with terrorists. Why? Because the demands are never good enough. They always want more. And if they see that, we just sit here and stomp our feet, kill a few people, and then we get what we want. Oh, we'll do that some more. The same with these kids. They have ludicrous demands. And they sit here and they go, if we just sit here for a couple of days and stomp our feet and call a few news agencies, we'll get everything we want. Stop giving into them. It is helping no one, and it is going to hurt everyone.